Hey, what's up YouTube? This video we have a DME and a FEM module off of a 2014 BMW 420i, and we do all keys lost using the Autel IM508. And to do this, we need to be able to read the DME and do some stuff on bench here. So got, of course, the 508, got a G-Box 3, and a GoDiag, FEM, and BDC bench platform. That's the tools that we're going to be using for the job. And first thing we want to do is we do need the ISN, so we're going to read that out of the DME. And I just do that first because for some reason that doesn't work. Then it saves you time because you don't kind of do the rest of the stuff. If you can't get the ISN, you're done. So go ahead and get the Autel opened up here. And I'm going to go to BMW. And system selection. And I'm going to go to engine. And we're doing direct. We're going to do quick entrance. And this lets us actually type in a number on the DME to get us into the right one. All right, and the number that we're looking for on the DME itself here, it's this number on top, this real small number here, the 0261 is what it starts with. That's the number that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and just type that in. And on the one I'm working on now, it is 261 S10 548. Hit enter. Okay, and it should pull up our DME. So it's a MEVD 17.2.9, and we're doing it on bench. So select it. And it should get us our connections that we need to do with our G-Box. So it's got 2, 4, 6, 8 wires that need to be connected. And it shows you what they are and where they go. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick here. I'll speed this up. This will be kind of a slow process here hooking this up. Alright, so I got all my DuPont cables on there, and so make sure it communicates. If it doesn't, I'll just double check them. Sometimes you can get them on the wrong ones, and just if they do, no big deal. You just have to double check, make sure they're right. So we'll go ahead and get the scanner plugged into the G-Box. And power. And wait for Autel to connect here. There's the sound I'm waiting for. And I got a rat's nest of wires, and we'll just go ahead and hit OK. And we're going to read the EEPROM. Just letting us know that we need to be all connected and have good power. We're on bench, so power should be fine. Hit OK. Yeah, go ahead and just name our file here. And we'll save it. Now we want to read ISN. And just ask us to confirm that there is an EEPROM file. And since we've already read the EEPROM, we'll hit yes. Now it wants us to load the EEPROM we just read, which is right here. Hit OK. And it decodes it and gives us our ISN. And make sure you take a picture of this because it's not saved anywhere. And we are going to need it when we do the key here. We're going to have to actually enter it in. So I'm going to take a nice clear picture of it. And we'll go ahead and we'll hit OK. And now we're done with the G-Box and the DME. So I'm going to get this all out of the way, and then we'll get into the actual FEM module. All right, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the FEM module here. And before we open it up, we're going to do check what frequency the key is, and we're going to also back up the coding. So I'm going to go ahead and plug my bench platform in. And make sure I give it some power. And we're going to go ahead and connect up to our module here. All right, we're all hooked up here. And so now we're going to go back out of this. Go to immobilizer. And we are working on FEM. And we can hit vehicle information. All right, it just gives us VIN, paint code, and everything, software versions. No key code stored in these. You have to go ahead and leashy these if you cut in the backup key. From here we'll hit vehicle frequency, and this just tells us, okay, it's actually a 433 megahertz key. Usually in the States they're 315, but sometimes they are 433, so you just always want to check that so you don't use the wrong key. And we hit OK, and then we're going to go to coding operation. And we're going to just back up the coding. So we'll do that real quick here. All right, so got that backed up. And then go ahead and we'll just save it. Okay. And at the end here, we'll restore it. And now we got to actually go ahead and get this thing open. So it's kind of the fun part, opening it up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick here. I'm just going to be using a flathead and these little pry tools from, I'll put a link on Amazon to the pry tools that I use. And I'll just speed through this here. This takes a minute here. So go ahead and just power it down and get all the fuses out. And good idea to take a picture of the fuses before you pull them out so you can make sure you put them back in right. All right, we got it open, and I think that's actually the hardest part of the whole job is actually that. Now that we're open there, we're going to look for the EEPROM chip, and that is actually located right here on the bottom left of the board. And these boards are full of conformal coating, it's called. I think you could actually throw this thing in water and it wouldn't get wet. There's so much actual coating on this stuff. So we need to get that off so we can actually hook a clip to it to read the EEPROM. And of course you can remove it if you want to, but you got to put it back and remove it a second time. So I've always just used a clip on it. Now I've got this conformal coating remover, and I'll put a link to this on Amazon. And as well, if you want to check this out, I'm just going to go ahead and paint some on the chip here and then give it about 10 minutes to work its magic here, and then we'll get that coating off and we'll be able to do the next step in making the key. And be back here in about 10 minutes. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. I'll let the conformal coating remover work its magic, and we'll take our super high-tech locksmith toothbrush here and just scrape it. And it just kind of comes off in little blobs here. And we really want to make sure we get those legs clean. We gotta make sure we can get a good read here. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. And the next we're going to do is we need to actually read the EEPROM, modify the EEPROM, and then write it back. So I'm going to get the XP400, plug it in. And I got our EEPROM clip. All right, got that in the XP 400 here. And we're going to go ahead and clip to our chip here. And the way we're oriented, top left is pin 1. And I'm going to try to get it nice and clipped on there. And then sometimes you got to do this a couple times. So now we're going to go back to the tablet here. And we're going to hit EEPROM operation. And this is FEM, so it's an M95128. And we're going to hit read operation. And now it's going to try to read the EEPROM data with our clip here. And it says not connected, so I'm just going to adjust the clip. Basically just take it off and put it back on. And we'll hit OK. And we'll just try read operation again. And now we're getting a read here. And what I like to do with these, it's important to get a good read. So after I've read it here, I'm going to actually take a picture of the first page. And a picture of the last page. And I'm not going to save it yet. I'm going to hit cancel. And I'm going to read it again. And I'm going to compare my pictures with what it reads the second time. And it reads the same. I'm going to call it good. And then we'll save it and move on. So I'm going to just compare it real quick. And everything looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. And save successful. Now we're going to modify it. And I'm going to open the file that we just saved. Hit OK. And now it's going to modify the file. So it's already been modified. It's asking if we want to save it, and of course we do. And now it's going to say edit. That's the chip and edit. So I'm going to name it here. And we'll save it, hit OK. And now we need to write that file back. So we're going to hit write operation. And we're going to take the modified file, the one that's labeled edit, and we're now going to write it back to the FEM. And I haven't touched the clip here, so it should still be good. All right, EEPROM written successfully. So we're going to hit OK. And I'll just get out of this. And back out of this. And now we're going to go ahead and unhook the clip here. We're just going to set it aside for right now, but we're not done with it. And now what we need to do is we need to actually put this thing back in the case, put the fuses back in. And then we can do some programming on the module here. So you don't have to close it all the way. Just need to get the top case on, not the bottom. And then, of course, you took a picture of your fuses so you can put them back in correctly. All right, got my fuses back in. We're going to hook it back up to our bench platform. And wait for the tablet to connect. All right, we're going to go to programming operation. And ECU pre-processing. Now let's just verify that we did the three things here. We've read the vehicle information, which we did. We've backed up the coding, and we've backed up and modified the EEPROM. So we're going to hit yes because we've done all three. And now it's telling us we need internet to do this. And now it's going to do the, it just tells us here, program is going to begin, ensure the power supply is above 13, and we're at 12, but we're on bench, we'll be okay, so we're going to hit OK. All right, programming was successful, and now we need to hit OK. And we're going to go ahead and unplug our bench platform again here. And this is the thing that makes the bench platform awesome. So we got to actually take these fuses back out and get back in there. So if you didn't have the bench platform, you'd literally be putting this all the way back together and sticking it back in the car and then pulling it out. All right, so we got it back open here. We're going to go ahead and put our clip back on. And we're going to back out of this. We're going to head back into EEPROM operation 95128, write operation. And we want to find the original file from today, which is right here. It says original. Hit OK. And we're just writing it back to the module here. All right, EEPROM written successfully, so we're going to hit OK. And take the clip off now. Now we are done with the clip, and now we've actually got to put the fuses and everything back in. And the rest of this is done, OBD. And from here, you can actually close the thing all the way back up, but I don't put it all the way back together until I got the key learned and I know I'm done. So fuses back in, we'll go ahead and get it plugged back in on the bench platform here. And wait for the tablet to connect. And I'm going to go back out of this. And I'm going to go back to coding operation. And we just want to restore the coding. Asking us what file. Be the one from today, of course. So hit OK. And get the coding file being written back. Restoration successful, so we're going to hit OK. And now we're ready to learn our key, so we're going to go to key operation. And go to key learning. And we're doing pre-processing learning because we pre-processed it. All right, this gives us the keys that are currently in there. Looks like there's only 2. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll hit read password. Do we have a working key? No, we do not. So now we got to enter in the ISN that we got at the beginning of this whole process here. So I'm going to go back to my picture and try to enter that whole thing in here without any typos here. So we'll go ahead and we'll do that now. And if you type it wrong, don't worry, it just won't work. So we'll hit OK. And it's got our password successful here. We snap a picture of it just because. I'm going to hit OK. And now what I want to do here is I'm actually going to erase key 2. And it just lets you know you got to put a key back in. There's got to have a key in 1 and 2. So I do want to erase 2. Erase successfully. And I'm going to take my key here, and our bench platform has a coil on it right here. So we're going to hit select, got slot 2 selected. We're going to hit right key, and it's telling us to put the key in the coil. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into our coil here and hit OK. And it's learning. And it tells us key written successfully. And the next step that's got to be done. Let me get that out of here. It says, so now when this goes back in the car, what has to happen is you just have to place the key close to the induction coil, which is on the column where a key ignition would be. You hold the tip of the key there, and you just hold the start button for 10 seconds, and then the key is done. So all that's left now is this all has to go back in the car, and I may not be the one doing that, somebody else may be. So this is going to be the end of the video right here. But if you guys have any questions or comments, you can put them in the comments. I don't know how much technical support I want to do in the comments section on this video, but if you have any comments or questions, feel free to put them in there. And I guess also the last thing would just be links in the description onto Amazon on the few things I've used here that you can buy on Amazon. And till next time, we will talk to everybody later.